Are they in the waiting room? Charlie and Colleen?
Are they? Hi, guys. Who's our three people waiting for us? Oh, this is just delayed. Okay, right. It's not just here. Can you see, Sinead?
See who? You?
Oh, now we're delayed. Okay. 7, 8 watching. Wow. Hi, hi, guys.
Oh, we're live. Woohoo!
We're live, yeah, but we're okay. Return to the meeting. Where the hell is the the meeting now? Oh God, it's saying 2 meetings. Okay, this is ridiculous. Okay, I'm not there now. Okay, well, we might as well just start talking, Sinead.
Okay.
Oh no, you know what's happening? I have to turn this down in here. There we go. I don't need to see my. I'm sorry, guys, if we're just. This is my first time ever doing this, so I don't want to. I don't think I need to have that on there because I'm like, yeah, okay. Is that? I think that's better. Can you
don't
hear
forget
Sinead?
to record. Hit record too.
Oh, hang on. No, I can't. I need to turn it up. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, I got rid of the YouTube on my laptop, so who's
Okay.
okay, can watch on this. Where did I send the email to? Your email. Yeah. Right. Let me see who's here and we can see them. Hi with the third. Oh, that's you, Sinead. Okay, so we've 6 waiting. Guys, if you let us know who you are, this is just a complete and utter test. I'm leaving Charlie and Colleen now. Here they come. Yeah, just let us know who's there.
Just waiting to connect to.
Yeah. They're coming in, Sinead. Yeah. So guys, yeah, if there's 6 people waiting, just let us know who you are and where you are. That would be great. Yeah, this is a complete and utter test. We might as well be getting in hi, Colleen. We might as well be getting what's the word in training for the emergency broadcast. How are you, Colleen?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so thrilled that I got everything done right and we're all fine and we're here. Those
Wow,
three girls, yay!
The sacred Wiz Gnosis.
Okay, alrighty. Well, oh, you know what? I need to record this. Okay, there's another thing now. Record on this computer. Record.
You can give us the ability to record too.
Okay, I have it recorded now. Anyway, yeah, it's recording.
Yeah, it's recording.
Okay.
Sometimes it's good to give someone else the ability to record too, just in case.
Okay, so how do I do that?
I think it's at
share.
The bottom.
Is
or
it
up.
share screen? No, that's that top one.
No, Charlie will be here in a minute. He'll.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, what we wanted to say, we've got 7 people watching.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't know they're watching. They've put their phone down. They're gone off washing the dishes or something. But if you are there, guys, just let us know where you are because this is our first time. So yeah, welcome to Wiz Gnosis. And I'm Siobhan and this is Sinead, the beautiful Sinead over here. And Sinead's mom is Colleen. You obviously know Colleen. And this is just a little test to see. We do our first show on Monday with Angelica Gagne, a Romanian ridiculously talented woman. She's living in Canada now and she wrote a book called Love is Light, Transmute Fear into Love. And it is just stunning and I'm delighted that she is going to be our first guest. So that's going to happen on Monday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so we're just here to have a little chat and whoever wants to chat with us. So that's kind of really what we're doing. And
just shoot the crack.
Shoot the crack. Okay. Well, no, that's not really it, Sinead. Shoot. I think you're mixing up shoot the breeze with having the crack.
Have the crack. Don't shoot the crack.
Shoot the crack is literally shoot the crack, like.
No.
But and that's CRACK. So, but our Irish saying is CRAIC. So yeah, and Sinead has been to Ireland a few times, haven't you, Sinead?
Yeah, about 3 times. It was
Okay.
fun.
And you have family there, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I'm
Yeah,
going to
and-
hand it over to Sinead so she can say whatever she wants to say.
Charlie!
Hi, Charlie.
Hi, everybody.
How are you doing? Are you just, you're, of course, there's no point in saying to you, are you wrecked from doing all the work? Sure, you just go, no, I'm fine in 1 hour sleep. I'm grand. Off I go again. Ha, ha, ha.
We're good.
We'll all have to take a leaf out of your book. Oh, my goodness.
I have to take a leaf out of his hair usually.
Yeah. You're a hot one today, isn't it, Sinead? Wow.
Yeah, it's very hot here.
And it's
Very
below freezing here.
Wow.
Oh no.
And we're getting snow tomorrow. So we could be snowed in for the first time in my life. I love firsts.
Really?
Yeah.
First time
Yeah.
snow, like you've been in snow before.
Oh, yeah, no, I've been in snow, but it's just, snowed in. I think it's going to be heavy for about 3 or 4 days. So
Wow.
That's a
that'll
very
be.
cool thing.
I hope there's a swing on the tree opposite the house here, and I want to read some children's stories on it. But it'd be interesting if I'll try and find one that would be good in the snow. So that'd be nice to do it while I'm in the snow. I'll just do it on my phone and just upload it to Wiz Gnosis.
Yeah.
So Sinead, you better give your little intro there because it's your channel too.
My intro. Well, hello everyone. Oh, we're back to 4 waiting. So how are they? So they're just waiting to enter the live chat, or they're just
No, they're just not saying anything. Their phones are on, but they don't know that they're on.
Well, welcome Charlie and Colleen. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Oh,
Awesome. We're very honored because this is your first, I guess you could call it what, inaugural podcast. And so we're the very first, and that's very, very cool.
Yeah, and inaugural is a great word, right? Because IN is in, AU is gold, G is God intervention. So it's
Gural.
yeah, it's a very beautiful word, the inaugural.
yeah. And we just alluded to the emergency broadcast signal earlier on. So there are 2 good words and phrases to be talking on this day. Hopefully, is the
Right? January
10th day.
Yeah.
10th day of darkness.
Yeah, we have not been talking about this much at all, but so much is going on. Wow, so much is happening.
Yeah.
So many arrests have been made.
Yeah.
So many more key figures have been forced to step down, and this
A
is
lot
all
of CEOs have stepped down.
yeah, it's all under the Biden administration.
And you know, it's funny because I see, I see that now this thing with Robin Hood, and I know nothing about Wall Street and all that, but it's funny how first he started exposing voter fraud, then the judiciary system, then Congress, then the government, and now Wall Street. It's just like
I'll quickly share. For
Domino.
everyone. They have been shorting the market since they invented the market. They have been squeezing all of the last pennies and dimes out of us through fear, because they illegally control this illegal construct, which is the stock market. It's rigged. It's completely rigged.
along with everything else. Yeah.
As with everything else. And so what's just occurred is what's called the short squeeze. And who's behind it. You absolutely know who's behind squeezing them. And these companies have just lost their absolute shirts by playing the same old rigged game. And they've been caught, and they've been squeezed, and they've been wrung dry.
For the first time,
It's
it's actually
beautiful.
backfired on them, and this is brilliant.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be rumblings of the 1929 crash right now. There'll be a lot of that going on too.
Well, and no one should have any fears whatsoever because the old system is completely dead, and the coffers for all of these new nation states moving forward, where the assets will truly be in the hands of the people, because we are the real power base behind everything.
Yeah.
Um, there's nothing but wealth. So moving forward, there's no issues, and there's no debt. There's no debt.
Oh,
So
so amazing.
yeah,
I could
somebody,
never understand the stock exchange, and I don't know how many times somebody would explain it to me. It just never made sense in my head. I just could never get it. And I mean, why would I? Because it's not for making sense. But I mean, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. Going back to a gold standard, to know that that whatever you're borrowing is actually in the bank. We're going back to the Wild West. It's great.
You have to invest your money. The only reason
Exactly.
that investing of money exists, once again, is because of inflation. The only reason that inflation exists is because you create a debt-based currency with which is impossible. This is usury.
Fractional reserve, yeah.
You apply a cost to the creation of new dollars. So every new dollar bankrupts the system because there's a cost attached to it. You can't have more than the principal. If you have more than the principal amount, then you have bankruptcy, and that is a false game. So the whole concept of the stock market and needing to invest to get ahead is to stay ahead of inflation. Inflation is impossible. It's rape. So one of the first things that's going, of course, will be all the debt. It just can't exist. And then the debt goes, and the middleman is no longer, and prices plummet because there's no more of the middleman. Then there's no, and you have a currency that's backed by a standard, which is precious metals, gold and precious metals. Then there's no fluctuation. There will be no price increases, cost increases, because there's no need to. There's no need to. So this whole game of having to invest in the stock is all bullshit, and none of it will. If people want to continue to do those things, they can do so of their own free will for a while, but eventually everyone will
We'll
just
see through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone won't have to do it, and
No,
and
of course not. Of course not.
yeah. It's funny when you try and talk to people about Nasara, and they just, because they've lived their whole lives under this system, they just go, well, what do you mean? You can't just have debt relief. And I try to explain about the fractional reserve, about the Federal Reserve, I try to explain it, and it's so ingrained, people just cannot think that that's possible. They just can't. And that's my heartbreak about it all, is that people don't believe in magic anymore, and it's just, I think it's nice to be able to it's a kind of magic.
Yeah, and in the case of like Nasara, that's why we always taught it with just common sense. It's common sense. So any of the other things that may or may not come through it, whatever. But what we're talking about is just a removal of what is illegal, impossible, and a complete lie, complete subterfuge. Yeah. That's what's going. And when that goes, suddenly you're very, very wealthy. How much money do you need? You only need enough. And if you've got, lots of, whatever, but all
you just need a roof over your head and food, really, or, fruit trees. We need loads more orchards.
And if you have free energy, if you
Yes.
truly provide free energy, you watch how people across this precious earth just grow and expand and become powerful individuals very quickly. Yeah.
And that's for Africa. I just can't wait to see it just take off, and the horrible things that have been done to them. Oh,
there's nothing but water in Africa. It's just below the surface for a good reason. If it was above the surface, it would all evaporate back up into the atmosphere. So
then we'd have a rainforest.
That's right.
Oh,
so
wow, yeah.
They can, with free energy, they can pull it to the surface, and they're free.
Just like
I mean, there's aquifers under the Sahara Desert, isn't there?
You betcha.
More water than they can imagine.
Yeah.
And so what we're witnessing now, and this is January 30th, which is a pretty cool day. Then tomorrow, what the actual day of freedom, I believe, is February 1st, correct? February 2nd is Groundhog Day. February 1st is Freedom Day, when they freed the slaves back in 18.
When the Emancipation Act came through, I think that was officially 1865 or 1866,
Like
the
that,
Emancipation Act. So
and it's also St. Bridget's Day, which is in Ireland, and she's the
Yeah.
female patron saint of Ireland, and she apparently went to the bishop and said, "Will you give me some land to put my church on?" And he said, "Yeah, you can have as much as your cloak will cover." And she put her cloak down, and it grew and grew and grew and grew and grew and grew and grew. That's the story. And I think she's the one that made the little cross out of the reeds, and while she was in the swamp. So that's I think she's pretty cool behind all the church stuff. But what do you think, Sinead?
We're witnessing
Dante!
dark to light. Hi, Dante.
Yes, dark to light. Dark to light. Wow. Well, why is my phone going off? So, I mean, we can just stop now. We don't have to keep going on. At least we've done our thing, and we've told them that we've got 6 likes. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to say? That's okay. It's fine, Sinead, don't worry. Oh, that's you.
That was both of us. My dogs made their dogs bark.
That is so funny.
Domino effect.
Domino, yeah. Well, yeah, we don't, I mean, we...
And really, a really quick, interesting point, everyone, about February 2nd, which is Groundhog Day. And how many days in the year, how many days into the year is Groundhog Day? Is February 2nd.
Into the year that we know of our calendar.
Yep.
Yeah.
31,
So
32, 33 days.
That's right.
30.
Wow.
And you have to see whether or not you can see your shadow self or not. And if you can see your shadow self, then it's going to be 6 more weeks of winter if you can see your shadow self, because 33 days into the year is a benchmark to look at you and determine if you are a light being or a darkness worker. And then if you're a darkness worker, it's going to be 6 more weeks of winter.
Or years or lifetimes or
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny, you talk about the going around the samsara, and I grew up Catholic, so it's just like it was a bit of an alien notion, but anyway, I was just like, wow, I wonder, will I get it right in this life? And it's like, I'm getting there, and I'm aware, and I'm doing this. Maybe I'll get there in this life, Well, with your help, hopefully we'll all get there. So.
Oh, I hope so. I don't want to do this again.
Exactly, and that's how you have to be. You absolutely have to get to the point where you say that I'm not doing this again. And when you get to that point, something will happen. And we were just sharing this on the show with Marie the other night, and it's very important for everyone to hear and to resonate with. And that's this, that when you do the work, you may or may not be able to resurrect the fullness of yourself within. So in this lifetime, you may still experience another death, but if you do, and if you have genuinely done the work and you've started on this path that is straight and narrow, as Santos Bonacci teaches, you get so far along the path which is straight and narrow, you can't turn around. Even if you would want to turn around, you can't turn around because the path is so straight and so narrow. In other words, you're doing the work. You've become so righteous that you don't go back to the forgetful child and a victim of parents. You are what's called a drop-in. Hello, Dante. Donnie Ray. I love you, Dante Ray. Donnie Ray. It's Papa Charlie.
He's so good. He's so good. And he's the happiest baby. Every time I call Sinead, he's just like, laughing away.
He
the whole
loves your
time.
accent. Every time Siobhan talks, he's like,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, I'll have to dedicate the story that I'll read under the tree swinging in the snow hopefully tomorrow to Dante.
Oh, yeah, you will.
So okay, so we actually I was on the wrong thing. So there's Quebec. We've got.
Would be a drop-in.
Sorry. We have Nay TV for me. Hello from Bonnie, Scotland. We've got Tom Flaherty. Sam Lee. Oh my god, we have 38 watching now. I was looking at the wrong thing. Okay, this lads was for so that I can figure out what I'm doing. So this is good, and thanks for sticking with us. Hello and much love from Ohio. We in this? Hey, I'm here, Quebec, Canada. Cool. Thank you guys. Thanks so much. You're in the very first one, so you know we'll maybe try and send something nice to one or two of you. I got my vinyl records today and I brought them out here, so I'm going to send some down to Mexico. I hope you've got a record player, Charlie, have you?
We have it in storage somewhere, yes. And we love our albums and we love our vinyl records.
That's
Cool.
Why don't you just bring it down?
It's funny, I did some healing stuff with a woman, Joanne Rowland, and she does sound and frequency healing, and for my body I was supposed to listen to some kind of classical music, but I had to listen to it on vinyl because the digital is not going to work. I mean, kind of to an extent, but it'd be way better on the vinyl, so I have to dig into that. I don't even have a record player myself, so a lot of things we need to get going. So anyway,
We're waiting for you, Siobhan.
I know, crikey. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, Emma Cahill, you're here. You're all looking beautiful, she said. Thanks, Emma. Long Island, Australia, Toronto. Wow, this is amazing. New York in the house. Hi, Barbara. Oh wow, Long Island, New York. I have cousins in Long Island. Great magical blessings from Northern Maine. Love you folks. Thank you, Hiking Druid. Deanne Diart. Hello from South Florida. Chat wasn't working. Yeah, I think I was on the. I don't know what happened. Anyway, it is working now, so that's great. So I don't know. Do you want to say anything, Sinead?
No.
Sinead always has lots to talk about, but when she gets on camera, suddenly she doesn't have a lot to talk about. But she's got so many beautiful things to say.
She does, of course.
Well, if we have a topic, but I mean, there's so much to talk about. Where do you start?
Okay, let's give you a topic. How about those Irish Wiz Gnosis fellas having the crack? Alan Kahaney and Emma Cahill.
Yes.
Oh my God.
They're hilarious.
They're so funny.
Yes.
Alan, I'm going to have Alan. We're going to have Alan on the show. Alan, he found this affidavit from a guy called David Ward. Was that the guy's name? And this guy has sued different members of Congress of the Parliament in England, in London. And so Alan is doing the same. So we think he's the first Irishman who is going to sue members of the Dáil in Ireland for not consenting to be governed. So that's pretty out there and crazy. But the English guy has made, I think, a few million out of it, and he is giving it to the needy. So
that's awesome.
That's really so cool, yeah. And it's different to the birth cert, you know, the Admiralty thing with the birth cert. It's different to that. So this is like, no, I didn't give you consent to govern me. No, I am a sovereign being, and no, I don't accept that. It's pretty mad.
It's crazy. It's crazy what we've been lied to about.
Oh, sure, look. Turned upside down. Everything. Everything.
We haven't met Alan yet. We talked to him on the
Yeah, he's been a vegan for a long time, and he that's what he works in. He coaches people for nutrition, I think, and stuff. So yeah, we'll have him on, and we'll have Emma Cahill's a lovely singer, and she's going to be part of our Freak Sense family band. And I think Angelica, yeah, she and her husband have a little studio, so they might be, I'm hoping they'll want to be involved in our little band too. And I think Alan also sings, and his brother also sings, so I'm not really surprised, because the Irish, look, every second person can sing in Ireland. That's, I mean, when we were kids, that's all, like, we'd be going down to Quilty, to County Clare, where my dad built this little Irish cottage, and he'd say, "Who's first to see the sea?" And there'd be like 6 of us all, you go up on top of each other in the back of the car, and they'd be all like trying to see who's first to see the sea, who's first to see the sea. And whoever saw it then, they'd be, "I'm first to see the sea, I'm first to see the sea." And then he'd sing, oh the sea, Scaragel Macree, 'tis a long way to row between England and me. 'Tis a sure guarantee that somehow we'll be free. Thank God we're surrounded by water. He'd always sing that once the first person saw the sea. But I don't even know what song it is. But why was I saying that? I don't even know why.
Everyone sings in Ireland.
Tangent. Oh, everyone sings in Ireland. Oh, yeah. So what my point is being, he'd say, to keep us quiet in the back of the car. Okay, Mom would say, you used to sing, who's next to sing? So everyone had to sing all the time, you know. And in my father's day, they would have all very tight-knit parochial families, you know, and they'd meet in a different person's house every Saturday night, and they'd all sing songs or sing a poem, or my grandmother used to sing, and she'd also recite Shakespeare, and you know, so that it's just part of the it's just part of the fabric in Ireland, really, you know.
And that's the beauty of Ireland. It's so magical, and that's what we want to get back to, is that magic. So we need you guys.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I can't wait to bring people over. It's going to be amazing. I was supposed to have a songwriting week in my parents' cottage in Quilty, County Clare, last June, but of course COVID was here, so we couldn't go. So that'll probably happen next year. But a lot has happened in a year, so I don't know. Those friends might not like what I like right now, but anyway.
They will, though, soon.
Well, hopefully, yeah. We've got more people. Wow. Chills on that. Oh, what? Oh, Galactic Greg, how are you?
Greg!
Christopher Druce is here. Oh, we've got the freak people. This is amazing. Well done, girls. Must be daunting getting all this up and running. It kind of is, Jeff, and a bit. Yeah. And it's not. It's wizard speak. Chip from Cornville, Arizona. It's good to see you. Awesome, it's working now. Hi Siobhan, Shani, Colleen, Charlie, and all that's upon here. Love and light to all from Gatineau, Quebec, Canada.
Gatineau, Quebec. In fact, it's pretty incredible is that Christopher Drews, Chris, is from Gatineau, and Sam is also from Gatineau. So right now in the house we have 2 from Gatineau, Quebec, and it's gorgeous.
That is beautiful, guys. Eugene, the real Robin Hoods are coming out. Yes.
That's Eugene. Eugene is
Linton.
Linton. He's one sharp cookie.
And he's a young guy, and he's got this beautiful horse. Oh my God, the horse was so gorgeous on his MeWe the other day. Oh, absolutely stunning horse.
So great to see Greg here. Greg, we love you so much, buddy. Thank you for coming out and supporting the girls' inaugural Golden Show.
Connie Primrose with loads of purple hearts. Magic. We see the mother. Yes, we do. Thank you, Eugene. Francine Rodriguez. Wow, Francine Rodriguez. That's like a Scottish, Mexican, Spanish name. Greg, thank you. Yes. Stuart White. Hello from Northern Ireland. Susan Amos. Hi from England. Hi guys. Guys, stop, I'm embarrassed, said Eugene. Oh, Jeannie Macaroni. So this is great, guys. I'm so happy that you're all here. Look, if you want us to talk about anything, put it in the chat, because we're just kind of really figuring out what we're doing, so we can start anything, talking about anything.
Beautiful opportunity to just have a beautiful chat with you guys in the chat room.
Yeah, absolutely. This is just, it's, you know,
Yeah, and a
So
quick
yeah.
comment to share with everyone, because you were talking about earlier about the COVID, so we didn't do it this year because of the COVID and whatnot, but we'll probably do it next year. Fact of the matter is, and this is going to get explained to everyone, is that this was never going to end. You just need to know that this whole ridiculous, stupid, bizarre, sad, pathetic COVID thing, which is completely unreal, was never going to end. It was never going to end. It was only the beginning of the end for all those who are following the broad and spacious way that leads to the edge of a cliff, and you don't wake up until you are hanging from a root growing out the side of a cliff face. And that's when most people choose to wake up. So you were headed by complying with this insanity, complete insanity, like a paper towel over your face is going to protect you from anything except, just create bacteria. That's right, inside, and disrupt your breathing. Wow.
No, I know.
You were headed to the very end. So incredible.
We're so.
Well, that's so scary to think about that.
Yep.
Yeah, and so many people think that I just encountered someone today. I won't name names, but someone was telling me, yeah, it's unfortunate that I believe what I believe, and I'm such a Trump supporter, and that I believe that there's a one world order and there's elite and Illuminati and blah 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 blah, and it's just unfortunate because I've really let it affect my life and my personal life, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy even having those conversations with people because they don't understand. They don't really know what could have happened, and unlike everyone else says, like there's no point explaining it. You just have to let it roll out. But it's still like for my empathetic side, I just feel let down. I just wish people could understand, But
Yeah, it's the same for me, Sinead. I mean, trying to get people to understand. I even had my brother this morning say he watched Saving Private Ryan, and he was saying, "Oh my God, war is utterly pointless. How did this ever happen?" And I said, "Yeah, well, it's the Illuminati did all that." And then he gets irked, and then says, "Yeah, so what about the tribes out in the Amazon, and they didn't know, and they're still fighting with spears?" I went, "Okay, not them, okay, but I'm talking about world wars." And it's kind of more than.
How do you know about the tribes out in the Amazon that are with spears and all of that? See, again, it's all a lie, and all they report is the badness and the wickedness of the world, and then everybody just takes it on a leap of faith. So nobody's prepared to take a leap of faith that God is real. We are completely protected in a paradise, which, of course, open your eyes, that's what the earth is. Over abundance of everything in utter perfection, where everything looks different, and everywhere you go, it's like you go to California, you go, California is the most beautiful landscape I've ever seen in my life. And then you go to Eastern Oregon or Eastern Washington, you go, wow, that's like, okay, it's a tie. And then you go to parts of Nevada, and you go to Wyoming, and then you just go across. You go across the lands. You go to Ireland, and everywhere you go, it's just like, okay, well, that's what. Okay, it's a tie. That's right. It's a tie for how perfectly abundant and beautiful the mother is. Wake up. Wake up. And then Ichabod is in the house, and Ichabod was just saying, Tom Bombadil would never.
No, Hiking Druid said it.
Was Hiking Druid? Okay. Tom Bombadil would never wear a mask. The whole point of Tom Bombadil is that he was his own master, Tom, and you have to become your own master. So yeah, that's why, you can do it within a city, but it's hard. But the whole point of this is find your old forest, find your own old forest, and then mark your boundaries, your territories, and then you need to become the master of your domain, and then you provide for yourself. If you provide for yourself, they don't own you. There's nothing that anyone. So moving forward, as we get all the debt taken away, no man squeeze, and all eradicated. And suddenly there's just abundance and free energy. First thing you need to do is just start providing you. Don't rely on anyone else. And it all starts with the education of our children. Don't you dare send your kids back to these city schools and learning out of textbooks. It doesn't work. The mother is an allegory, and she's literal real. The mother is the teacher as the child grows. And as the child goes into manhood, then the child becomes more ready for the father and the father figure, which will come, because then that's the great journey that we need to go on to discover the father. But it's the mother who prepares you. So education from a very, very basic, simple level is simply interacting with Mother Earth. That's it. All she is the truth. Everything you do with her, you will learn the truth. And that's where you teach our kids. Well, how do you teach them to read and write? Interact with other people. Interact with other people. They're going to learn the guitar. They're going to learn how to sing. They're going to learn every language under the sun, not just one, and we struggle with that one, but we'll know 17 different languages, so you just have to get out of this construct, this restrictive construct that it's just one thing and you have to choose to live here. We were watching the end of The Matrix last night, and where the Matrix movie kind of really changes is right near the end. And this is after, and remember this, how was Neo saved? Neo was shot dead. Mr. Anderson, because this is Maritime Admiralty law, and he will never would call him Neo, Mr. Anderson. And he said, my name is Neo. And so he shoots him dead. And then Trinity says, Trinity, what we've been telling you, mother is 3, child is 6, father is 9, 3, 6, 9. And Trinity is 3, and she comes to Neo and she speaks to Neo and she says, you cannot be dead, because everything the Oracle told me has come true except this. And I know that you're the one, Neo, because she told me I would fall in love with the one, and I'm in love with you. And then a tear, right. A silver tear of the mother, Trinity, falls upon Neo.
Well, she kisses him.
And through a kiss, through this beautiful silver kiss, then Neo comes to life. And then what does Trinity say? She says, "Get him, get him, Neo.
Get up,
get up, and get him,
now.
Neo."
Yeah.
And then off he goes, and it's just like bullets. Huh? That's funny. And
because he's magnetic at that point. He crossed the blood-brain barrier. He crucified, and he was magnetic now. So the bullets, they have no impact. And I was thinking, gosh, that must be interesting with the magnetic ether. We've seen some rockets go up and it's like they hit and then they kind of don't go anymore. Is it because they hit electromagnetic? It's, who knows, but he's definitely
parabolic.
I saw one of those flat earth ones with the rocket as if it was going up and then it would hit the firmament and it was just like as if there was water coming off of it, like I don't know what it's made out of, but they can't get through.
It's not dead in its tracks. Sorry, that's God. You. But what I share is that where the movie changes after Neo takes down the left brain construct, and like Colleen said, he dives into the left brain and goes right incorporeally right through the left brain, who has no answer for this because the left brain is literal. It's all, I'm going to squeeze you and crush you and hit you, and Neo just goes right through and in and forces him to explode from the inside out. And then the whole movie changes. So then we see
So
Neo.
remember, Mr. Smith is the ego, and Neo is the regenerated man now.
That's right.
Which is what we want to become, is the regenerated
that's right.
man.
He's Jesus Christ. And of course, that plays itself out over the next 2 Matrix movies very powerfully. And then they show Neo at the very end as the sun in the sky. And Very beautiful. So then the movie really powerfully changes, and then you see Neo making a phone call on a payphone into the Matrix. Okay. Now, when that comes up on the movie screen, pause the screen and look at the codes. So above in digital code, the Matrix is receiving the call, and it says 9/18/99. So basically saying that this is September 18th, 1999. And then there's a timestamp to the right of that. So 9/18/99 is 9999. So that's 4 nines, which is 36, which is 3, 6, which equals 9. And then that would be 5 nines, which is 45. And so Neo is saying Cyrus 45, Cyrus is coming through all these nines. And then what's the timestamp to the right? It's 1400 hours, 32 minutes, and 21 seconds. 14 is 5, and 23, or 32, I said, yeah, 32 is 5, which is the stamp, which is the numerical gematria stamp for JFK Jr., the
5-5.
gematria of JFKJR is 55. And then it's 21. 2 + 1 is 3. That's the Trinity. And the 2 is the Father, Mother, creating the 1, which is the child, which is 3. And then 553 is 13. And that's Neo, which is Jesus Christ. He became the regenerated man, as Jesus taught us to do. So you just can't miss this stuff. And then listen to the speech that Neo gives to the cabal. And it's like, that's from the mouth of John F. Kennedy Jr. I swear to you that they are definitely behind the Matrix. They are definitely behind V for Vendetta and a few other key movies.
How
obviously.
they did it, I don't know.
Yeah. But that speech, the speech from Neo on the phone, is very different from Neo through the entire movie. And what that sounds like is a message from Junior in 99 saying to the cabal that I'm not going to show you or tell you how this ends. I'm going to tell you how this starts. And then what does he say? Neo says to them, he says, I'm going to awaken these people by showing them a world without you in it. And that's it. See, that's what's going on right now to a T. What is going on right now with Trump and the Q team is that they are slowly leaking a future, a reality where they're not in it. And then, like Siobhan was saying earlier, a lot of people are balking at this because they just don't believe that there could be a removal of evil, because the system is so evil and the evil is so purveying everywhere in every single aspect, like tentacles latching on everywhere within the system. But that's exactly what it is. And that's what Neo says. I'm going to wake these people by showing them a world without you in it.
Wow, right?
Yeah, wow is right. I mean, ever since my mother told me about the Illuminati like 30 years ago, I've been longing for this world and always believing, but then you go so far and go, it's never going to happen, is it? Like, it's never going to happen. And then I remember like thinking, I wish this thing would just happen now, so then I could meet somebody who would like know what's going on, and then we'll all be in the same tribe. And that's what's happening now, and it's just great. I just wanted to say hello to Nicola Kelly. She says there is a crew of Irish light beings growing here all the time, mainly Joe Dispenza students. I don't know really who Joe Dispenza is. I have heard of him because I have been racking my brains for the last few days going, what is going on in Ireland? And because it's meant to be so bad, and there's young people on ventilators in hospitals in Limerick and all this, and then I'm asking different friends and they're all saying the same thing, but they won't get what we're talking about. So it's, anyway, Nicola, email me, will you? I'd like to get an Irish crew together if we could. I'll put my email here, and folk rock music. Oh, that's film rock. Anyway, so what else, guys?
Ichabod
Siobhan,
said
oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Janie. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Siobhan, have you ever seen the movie La Belle Verte?
No, but I have it in my bookmarks to watch.
You? We were
Yeah.
watching a bit of that yesterday, and we've seen it probably, what, dozen, 100 times. But it's such a beautiful movie. It's so beautiful, and it just speaks truth of how we should be living our lives. And yeah, it's very
Yeah.
beautiful.
I mean, I've always been, my whole goal was like, oh, try and get enough money so that I can have my own well, my own, obviously, land and like a windmill thing, or, just to be able to live off grid and anyway, but we're getting there. We're getting there, and it's going to be easier for everybody, which is so beautiful. So.
And Shani, what I'll do, we promised a friend of ours, Maddie, who and we promised Maddie that I'm going to things here we transfer. So everybody listening, what I'm going to do over the next couple of nights is I'm going to put two things into our WeTransfer account. One, I'll put La Belle Verte with the hard-coded English subtitle in it version. And again, this is, I think, it's in that group of the top 12 most important movies ever. So we've watched it so many times. It's a must watch. It is so much truth in that movie. It's beautiful.
It's on
really
Vimeo,
incredible.
isn't it?
And that's right. I believe it is. I believe it is on Vimeo. And then the other one is that incredible movie that we have about sacred sex, which the title is The Great Arcanum and the secret of our sacred sex. And this is, so we found the original copy of this. So we have it in high definition. What you can find it on the internet, but it is really poor quality. So what we'll do is we'll put La Belle Verte and The Great Arcanum onto WeTransfer, and then anyone who wishes, just let us know, send us your email, and then we'll give you an email link to be able to directly download, which won't take you very long. It takes us up to 8 hours to upload these things to WeTransfer, but then you can download it in short order.
Ichabod, it's worth it. I know you don't like subtitles, but trust me, the movie's really, you really enjoyed it. Yeah. And I like what Eugene said. Can we please buy a land around Charlie and El Synchron City? I coined it. That's awesome. We love it.
We like funny words. I'll move there to Love Mexico, Deborah. Yeah. I couldn't find it with English subtitles. Where should I put my email? Where should they put their email? I mean, it's safe enough here in the chat, isn't it?
I guess the best place to send us is via an email itself, to our email, or to on MeWe, because that's where we exist, is on MeWe. I think most of you are there, and you can just send it there. Or our email address is colleen.kylo@gmail.com, and that is KYLLEN.KYLLO@gmail.com. And you can send the request there as well, and then we'll just send you the link for them. And that'll take us, I'm going to do The Great Arcanum tonight, and then I'll do La Belle Verte the following night in WeTransfer, and you can just download them, and those are two essential must-haves in your collection.
Yeah.
And that episode you guys were talking about from Sherlock Holmes would be good too.
The whole BBC Sherlock Holmes really needs to be watched from beginning to end. So that would be the 4 seasons of 3 episodes per season. Plus, in the 3rd season was the bonus 4th episode to create the 13 episodes, because these people this is total alchemy, and they are completely aware of our true reality. And they created that bonus show in season 4, which is The Abominable Bride. And it was all about the moon, and it was all about the 2 mothers.
Oh, I don't think I
Mary
saw that one.
and the Virgin
So,
Mary, and it's incredible stuff. So,
so
but
who's the
Sinead's
director
just
of
talking
that Sherlock? Sorry.
Well, they had various directors helping them, but the entire series was put together by Stephen Moffat and Mark Gatiss. Mark Gatiss is a British actor
Who's
and
in the
writer,
series? He's
and he plays Mycroft. He plays
Oh
Sherlock's brother
yes, yeah, yeah,
Mycroft.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. His
and
brother, yeah.
and yeah, yeah. And so the two of them they created the idea of creating a modernization. Now it is our stipulation, only ours. Nobody's given us any feedback to say that that's absolutely the case. But we feel in exactly that this is another one of these shows that was created to prepare us for what's coming, to teach us and to reveal these great, great, great truths. And of course, we need to become Sherlock Holmes again. We need to exercise our frontal lobe, which again, you can only have access to the frontal lobe of the brain through the right hemisphere of the brain. Left hemisphere gives you midbrain and lower brain, and you're a victim. You are absolutely a victim to facts, figures, and logic. And there's no lore, legend, and magic. And that's what Sherlock's adventures are. Read the books. I mean, they're the greatest, some of the greatest books that are ever written. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle and the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes are just incredible, incredible. And they're all alchemical masterpieces. Just like Tolkien, just like Lewis, Arthur Conan Doyle wrote alchemical masterpieces. You know, to a great degree, so did Agatha Christie as well.
and they
with
did a
Miss Marple and Poirot.
fantastic job in this series
They
on
did.
BBC, like with Benjamin Cumberbatch and you know
Yeah, who played John Watson? That's Martin Freeman. Yeah, Martin.
Yeah, he's very funny. He was in The Hobbit as well.
Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch. Don't they call them the Cumber bitches? All the one that they're mad about your man. I'm like, yeah, okay, not really for me, but anyway.
Yeah, so what Sinead was referring to is in season 4, which season 4 was the cinch for us, showing us who they are and what they were powerfully saying. We thought in the first 3 seasons that they were powerfully sending a message, and then season 4 just confirmed all of it. In episode 2, it's all about a real serial killer, and that is portrayed by Culverton Smith.
the character's name.
Culverton Smith again. So a Smith is he who creates or makes. So we all need to become Smiths so we can become independent. But he's a maker of culverts and tunnels below the ground. And boy, they are laying out the cabal in plain sight.
The codes are just like wow,
incredible.
Incredibly layered inside of that episode. It's just like you're just with your mouth open the whole time. Yeah. It's like, did you hear what he just said? Like, wow.
And his little speech in front of the kids, and his little speech in front of the kids at the hospital.
Wow.
You know, because they all donate to Children's Hospital, and then the whole hospital was a chamber of horrors.
But we shouldn't give it away.
Yeah, he could go wherever he wanted to and extract the kids. What better place to commit a murder than in a hospital, he says. So he's talking to the kids, and remember that, Shani, and he's talking to the kids about the Queen?
Yeah.
Well, what if the Queen was a serial killer? Do you think you'd catch her? You think that, or would she get away with everything? And then he was talking about power and influence and how control works and how you put certain people in certain places, and it was stunning. Calling out, that's what Mark Gatiss and Stephen Moffat were doing, is calling the Queen for what she is, a pedophile and a murderer and an adrenochromer. And it's incredible.
This is the Sherlock Holmes
BBC. And these are episodes that are watched by 100 million people.
It's on Netflix, I believe, right?
Yeah, Netflix has it, yeah.
I got rid of Netflix because of that cuties thing. I think it might be on Amazon Prime, even though I wanted to get rid of that as well. But yeah, okay, what else? Ichabod was saying you mentioned 2 other movies. What were the other 2 other movies? Was it really 2 other movies?
Well,
La Belle Verte and then...
Verte, and then the Great Arcanum,
which is a documentary. It's brilliant. It's
The
quite
Great
long.
Arcanum.
yeah, it's about teaching the sacred sex, which is what
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene lived and taught us. And we would know this if these books were in the Bible, but in the New Testament, but they're not. So this is very serious, and you know, we won't necessarily get into a great deal of it right now, folks. But let me just say this: one of the very first things you need to do, and most important things you need to do, is stop spilling your semen now. And then a person might say, well, then
men and women,
and it's more subtle for the woman, but we can explain all of this. So we're going to be doing an entire series on this. Okay, so we'll do an entire series on this.
mm-hmm.
And if Justin and Marie are hosting, then you know, then maybe you guys and Greg can host the Great Arcanum if you want. This is serious stuff. And this is how you raise the chrism oil up and illuminate and have that, wear that crown, is most powerfully through this sexual experience. They've turned sex into a 5-letter word, SEXXX, and so it's triple rated. And SEX is unto itself is just a perfect word, and a very powerful word, because it's about everything. So it's the mother rising up into the ether to create the balance between the father and the mother, SEX. So it's a powerful word. And so when you do this process, as with everything, it's within you. So what I wanted to just share for everyone at this point, and I guess you just have to sort of take me word for it at this point, is that your semen is part of your CSF, which is what they call your cerebral spinal fluid. And by the way, all the ventricles that make up the demarcations within your brain are all just the cerebral spinal fluid. So the CSF is the river within you. It's the river of life within you. And the CSF is saline. It's absolutely saline, because it's our salvation. And the CSF should really be called the sacred Christ fluid, because the CSF is Christ consciousness, which must be raised up. So when you ejaculate outside of you, when you have an out there ejaculation, you ring the bell, and you have that euphoric moment. You ring the bell for 2 or 3 seconds, and then you're just devastated. And as you get older, it's more and more devastating. For me, from when I got started with sex, it devastated me from the very, very beginning, and I really disliked the feeling intensely. And it just
you mean the after feeling?
The after feeling. It laid me out completely and did not make me feel good about who I was.
All you women, you've heard the stories, and you've maybe experienced it, that your man has his pleasure and then he rolls over and falls asleep because he's dead tired.
You just released your energy, your essence, and that's who the Essenes are. The Essenes are the ones who taught the essence, and the ultimate essence within you is your cerebral spinal fluid, which is, and remember, within your cerebral spinal fluid, 2 things pass in that fluid, because it is a saline alkaline substance. So it's perfectly safe. And the 2 things that are transferred within your CSF within you are your semen and the chrism oil. So it's very important, your CSF. And it's saline because it is the salt of the earth, and Jesus Christ is the salt of the earth. And he is our salvation, because it is a saline alkaline substance. So when you ejaculate, you are literally ejaculating your life force out of you, and your sperm. This is not a theory, this is fact. Your semen, when you ejaculate your semen outwards, it goes from one of the most saline alkaline substances there is into virtually battery acid. And when you ejaculate on battery acid, but on your partner, when you ejaculate on your partner, you are defiling the sacred feminine. And think about these disgusting porno movies and, you know, pornography in general. It's always focusing on the man dominating the woman, and then it's always about this ejaculation, and then often it's, you know, it's just on the, they know this stuff. They don't teach this to you, of course, because they need you to fall into utter ruin. Of your temple is just in utter ruin when you do these things. But for the time being, until we teach this step by step to teach this process, and you become light, you know, again, this is the fastest way to transform you out of matter and into light, and getting out of Egypt in a hurry and taking residence in Razel, which we used to call Israel, but is raise the L. And this is how you do it most powerfully. It absolutely is the sacred sex. And it's less about the physical pleasures of it, and it's more about the metaphysical connection of two into one. And you're just so in love with your partner, and you're both in this together. So your eyes are locked on one another. You're both going through the rituals, including the chanting process. Remember, creating the balance and harmony within you is as easy as doing the Om.
So it's a sacred journey, and it's a beautiful sacred time together, and you're raising this incredible energy.
Yeah.
It's something we can't wait to share with
that's
everybody.
right. And you can feel it going through your chakras. You literally can feel it going through your chakras, and you know where it stops.
Instead of releasing, you pull it in.
That's right.
So the energy is actually rising.
Right. So the same
Maybe this
muscles,
is too heavy right now.
For sure. But the same muscles that you would use to be able to, let's say you had to urinate in a hurry, but you're in public and you can't do it. So the very exact same process and muscles that you use to stop yourself from urinating are the exact same muscles and the exact same process to stop you from orgasming out there and in there. And so here's what we want to share with you really quickly is this, that when you do, and you will, it's a different kind of orgasm. It's better, it's different. And in the beginning, you might think it's not as good, or it's certainly not the same. And you might think it's not as good. You'll see in time, you will see how it is better. And so for us, we would never, ever consider doing it the other way, the way that we were taught. I would never, ever do that again, ever. And so how we always say that the truth is the opposite of their lies, correct? So we know that for a male, when a male has an outward ejaculation, that the male is devastated and he's done and there's no more. When you do this process correctly, you can go again and again and again, because you do not spill your essence. And so what you're achieving is multiple orgasms for both partners. And then this is really crucial, because then they're elongated orgasms. And then every time you're doing that, you're raising you up higher. And then again, like Santos Bonacci teaches, once you do that, you don't go back down. Unless you go back to that process of ejaculating outwards, then it's a different story. You ruin everything again. But if you continue with this process, everything is a remembrancer. Everything is a remembrance within you, and you remember. So where you left off, where you start again. And so for me, when this process occurs, I am filled with white light, and now it goes all the way to the third eye chakra, and I generate the crown. And then now it's all beautiful purple, violet, absolutely just perfect purple rain, purple bliss through this process. And again, you don't grow tired. And what happens, which is incredible because I can use this powerfully with no end of work in sight, is that you're gifted energy. So even after you've done this process, and let's say it's an hour, hour and a half, and each of you have had multiple, so 5 or 6 orgasms or whatever, inward, when you're finished, you are filled with energy. So for me, I had hours and have hours and hours of energy, just like the day started again. And I have all of that energy to be able to do and then continue on into the night. It's incredible stuff. It's incredible stuff. And of course, they don't teach it because it empowers you. And the other one, it just destroys women. It just destroys what a woman is supposed to be and how we are supposed to exalt women.
Listen to this. We had a conversation with a friend this morning, and the word, I was in the shower and I was listening and I heard him say something about horny. And I thought, what an interesting word that we call, when you're sexually aroused, the word horny. So what does that mean? Horny. You become the beast. You become the demon, right? Yeah. It's the process. They've turned sacred sex and they've made it into you're horny now. No. It's the exact opposite of what they're telling you. So we're going to take this and we're going to shift it back to the way it should be. So
yeah, so the H is silent.
It's empowering.
It's the breath of God, and then it's HOR, which is gold, which is gold to the NY, and then the Y is the child of God, the cup of Christ running, that spilleth over because it's so full with wisdom. So again, this is where inside of you, this is the ornus and instead of horny. And when you literalize it and you make it into a physical thing and a physical 3-second experience, then you wear the horns and you are the beast. So
you become the beast versus you become mankind.
Versus mankind, where the breath of God, H, is silent instead of physical and literal. So it's incredible stuff. And this movie you'll need to multiple times. This is from the Essenes. This is serious stuff.
And it sounds like serious stuff. I didn't think we were going to go there today, but anyway. This is our first broadcast. Oh, bless you guys, honestly. Anyway, I'm just going to say hello to people, and we can obviously continue this conversation at a later date. Believes the difference is consistent. Okay. I think. Do you think we're okay? We can go off and do the rest of our days now. And thank you so much, Charlie and Colleen, for coming on with us. And this would be a place where Charlie and Colleen can broadcast from too going forward. So along with Greg and Marie and Davina and Justin. So yeah, what do you think, Sinead?
It was great. It was a great first go. I'm excited for mine.
Yeah. So guys, sorry, Charlie, go on.
If I can interject, I think there's a lot of people making that comment about sounds amazing. I don't have this person in my life. Remember Kevin Costner, Field of Dreams, build it, and he or she will come. You will become magnetic and you attract what you need. And all of those men in your life that just drain you, and they drain you of your bank account, they drain you of your energy, and they drain you of your self-worth. They can't touch you. They can't get to you. They can't find you. The only thing that can find you when you do the work and you become the alkaline woman is that you become magnetic and you attract what you need. So build it, and he or she will come. I guarantee. So don't worry about this. I can't do this because I don't have a partner. No, you absolutely can do this. And that's the whole point of masturbation, is to prepare you for he or she that will come. You're preparing for this great gift. And then once you have it, it's everything. And why would it stop? Why would God take that away from you in some horrific physical death of cancer? No. This is a lie. This is a lie. We bought into the demonic system, and it's an illusion. So we can have it all. You can absolutely have it all, but you have to do the work. You have to take this seriously. That's why we exist in the way we are, fun at times and strict, drivers at other times, because you have to do the work. You have to.
Well, that's
again,
beautiful. And
words are built in.
thank you so much, guys. And on that note, that's funny, I had a song prepared, and I think it ties in with everything now, because this is a song I wrote about my boyfriend that died 18 years ago, and it's called Brightest Star. So that's probably, appropriate. So let's see. I'm going to push this mic away because it's getting really ridiculous when I'm roaring into it. But I won't be roaring. Let me know if you can't hear me. I mean, I hope that's further away, so. Only when we fight I doubt, only when we fly I dream. You waltz me in and out of love with you. My emotions are in threads, I feel the chill, but I know your heart is thawing. I feel the chill, but I know your heart is thawing. I hate you for making me doubt. I love you for letting me be. How was I to know you would come to be the brightest star in the heavens, the brightest star in the heavens. You give but never give out, you share but never divulge. You've changed and you know to hold me when I'm crying now. The comfort of your aroma welcomes me home late at night, welcomes me home late at night. I hate you for making me doubt. I love you for letting me be. How was I to know you would come to be the brightest star in the heavens, the brightest star in the heavens. My emotions are in threads, I feel the chill, but I know your heart is thawing. I feel the chill, but I know your heart is thawing. I hate you for making me doubt. I love you for letting me be. How was I to know you would come to be the brightest star in the heavens, the brightest star in the heavens, the brightest star in the heavens, the brightest star in the heavens.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Siobhan.
Thank you. Thanks. Was that better with the sound that I wasn't roaring into the mic?
Yeah, it was really
Okay, good, because that was bothering me. I listened back to the one the other night. I was like, oh no, you just never know where to put it. So
As soon as you
anyway.
started singing, Dante, he smiled and he started dancing. It was so cute.
That's so cute. Oh, that's so lovely. Yeah, so thanks a million, guys. And let me see what's going on here. And so remember, guys, Monday, 1st of February, Siobhan sings in the key of D, divine. Who's that? Ichabod. Thank you. Yeah, so Angelica Gagne, 4 p.m. Monday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So all the 55 people watching now. Thank you so much, guys. This is so amazing. And email me, you know, if there's thank you, Wanda. Email me on folkrockmusic@gmail.com if you've got anything to talk about, or you know, you want to come on and talk or whatever. So we hopefully will have loads of lovely Wiz Gnosis guests with full of their whys and truth. So yeah.
I absolutely love the name of your channel. It's perfect. It was so
yeah, I'm kind of allergic to conforming, so I just couldn't have anything that would be normal. So
anyway, thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much for blessing this today. Yeah, it's amazing. And Sinead, you're amazing, and I'm so thrilled to be doing this, and it's going to be great. And this is the start of our new lives.
Dream come true.
Yeah, and it's so funny. The last like 6 months, I've been having these like fear thoughts in my head going, I'm going to be on a chat show and they're going to be asking me things and I won't know how to say it properly, and I'll be stumbling and fumbling and I'll be making a fool of myself. And I kept having this thing about I'm going to be on a talk show. I mean, hello, except there is no fear now. You know, I'm going to have lovely people on. I'm not going to be like people trying to get me. You know, you can't say it the right way. No, you don't know what you're talking about, you know. So that was the fear part of it. But like now I just see that this is probably it, and there is no fear, you know. So that's kind of cool.
Just love and support.
Yeah, absolutely. This is an amazing tribe, and I'm really so thrilled and blessed and grateful to be in it. So thank you so much, guys. And thank you guys out there in Ichabod land.
Thank you, everyone.
All righty.
Love you.
Any last words?
Charlie, Colleen.
Really quickly, menopause, menopause. So you need to pause. It's your for women. It's your last warning of righting the ship and putting the train back on the tracks. Because if you don't listen in menopause, then you're starting this process to death and going back around the wheel. So menopause just means that you need to take a pause in your life. You need to put the breath of God back into you, and you need to resurrect yourself. And God loves you so much; He gifted you this divine, fair sex. That gifted you this chance, and it is the last chance in this go to resurrect yourself. And you can resurrect yourself, but you need to pause.
And
you need to meditate.
The O in the center, it talks about what you put in is what you get out.
Yep.
So at this point, we have to be very conscious of what we put in our Ouroboros. So when we put righteousness and beautiful thoughts and all of our virtues and the food that we put in our bodies and the way we treat ourselves and we treat others, it's very important. And so it's a wonderful time.
You're the divine feminine. You need to be divine. You have to be, because you're the divine feminine. You need to be divine.
It's a big job. So thank you.
Well, we've got great teachers, so that's good. Yes, the Lord himself. Thank you so much, guys. Sinead, I love you. Love you, Colleen and Charlie. And
Bye.
we'll see you all. We'll see you Monday, guys, everyone. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Bye, Siobhan. Bye, Charlie.
Cheers.
Bye, Mom.
Take care.